Welcome to another video. I'm out in the woods today and I've been having a little walk around, and recently in the UK we've had some big storms, and as you can see the trees have come down and just created a big domino effect straight through here. Often when there's fallen trees there's opportunities for good shelter. Let's just make some scurry under these trees. Now I have checked the weather forecast, and although it is going to be wet, it isn't going to be windy. And I've checked the trees around me and they all look pretty sturdy. There's nothing wobbling, no widowmakers above me, dead branches. So it's green light to just find somewhere to ferry under. I haven't got that much daylight, so let's get something basic rustled up quickly. Come on. Right, what we have here is a classic trio of trees. Trez, I like to call it. A trez of trees, and created almost a natural shelter look. You can get yourself under there. So that's going to be my rudimentary digs for the evening. I was thinking about keeping in one of these holes, but none of them have sort of come out long enough. If it was long enough, I'd get in there and sort of put sticks over that. That's a good option if you're desperate, but I aren't desperate. I still want a little bit of luxury. We're still going to be having a fire and cooking up something nice, but I want to be connected with nature and use nature as my shelter. So let's get building. Tools of the trade. Knife, saw, axe, and gloves, or should I say glove, because for now I've lost my other one. My Hestra leather glove. Right, let's build some rubbish. To go along with my tools, I want something to dig and move stuff about with, so it's always good to maybe get a stick. As simple as it is, just a length of stick, put a little bit of a point on the end of it. It's a great tool for around camp. So let's choose a stick. What's that just next to me? Is that perfect or what? Yeah. Ow. The fact that I haven't lost this yet is a miracle. It's just the colour of the floor. Take some of this bark off so it's not all grimy on the hands. Handle, and then just bring the end to a flat point. You've got yourself a digging stick. You don't need to go all the way around it either, it's just one side and other. A bit manky at that side, look. Yeah, it's just one side and other side like that. Oh, look at that. Found a ream of fat wood in there. That smells so good. That's just the pine resin. This will be my digging stick, and then later on we'll get a fire going with it. So that's it really. Let's just neaten up this, get all this shit off it. And there you go, it's just 2 minutes to make. It's not special, but comes in really handy. Bring that to like a flat point there. And you've got yourself a good little digging stick for around camp. Comes in handy. Let's use it. There's a lot of briars in here. Ow. It's actually levelling out quite well. I thought it was deeper with like crap, but it's not, which is good, and it's good for getting fire going. Not going to have to dig down too far. Get these briars out there. Brian Harvey. I can go in pit, look. My swimming pool. I'll be right back under there, won't I, when it kicks off. Just take out the high bits and level it off. Just as if you were prepping your ground for turfing. That's level that, mate. A snooker table. Where do I want me noggin? At this end, obviously. Don't want me noggin near swimming pool. Have a little tester. Brand new. That's quite sturdy, and that'll do to hang some material off it. I don't want these things that are pointing down, because if I get up at night, I forget where I am. So if I can hear a vixen screaming or something mad, like a screech owl or whatever, and I'm like bolt upright, that's me, impaled. Vlad, Igon. Igon Spengler. I don't really want to be using this for my fire because it's quite smoky, but what we will do is check all these bits for fat wood. That might come in handy. There we are, look at that! Oh my god, I'm getting distracted, but let me show you this. Look at that. Fat wood. Fatima Whitwood. Oh, look at it. There we are, look. Stop it. That's so nice. Yeah. Right, we're definitely going to get our fire going with this stuff, and I'll probably forage some, take it home. Right. Fatwood Slim. Do I really need to film all this? What you got to be careful of is that none of these are structural. Which they're not, are they? Nah. Where this growth meets the tree, that's where you'll find your fat wood. Finding quite a lot of it. And if the tree's had a trauma as well, it'll produce a lot of this resin to heal itself. We're finding a lot of it though, we'll keep it all to one side. Harvesting gold. Obviously don't do this to live trees, and you can use the top bit because this will all come in handy to old stuff. I want to just use some of these, lean these over just to fill up these big gaps so none of my green stuff falls through on my head. I've just filled the main gaps there. Now I'm going to go and get some green clobber and put it at the back of there, and that should create a little shelter for me. There's no point in having half of it hanging over the back that isn't going to serve me, so I'll cut some of these down so I'm getting the most bang for my buck, the most tree for me. Let's give some of these a bit of therapy. What's that? Clematis, get off. There you go, see, out of that one bit you get that, loads thicker. Right, let's have a look where it's going to come through. This tree covers a lot of it. It's just sort of head end, isn't it? Where is my head end? Work that out. Feet there, head there. That little nodule, that's my noggin. Looking good, isn't it? Finished. Not really finished. Right, so that's head end pretty much done, but I'm going to make it more substantial, put a load more. It's going to take a bit, but there's a lot of this stuff because there's a lot of fallen trees, so just go to head end at tree and there you go. So we'll finish covering all this. There's two different sorts here. It might not look different, but you see these have got the longer pines on them. Good pine needle tea this. This is Scots pine and this is Douglas fir. This is better for shelter building because there's loads more. Look how thick that is. It's almost, look, you can almost get under it as it is. Look, there you go. Good night. I'll get my glove on so as not to cut myself on it. I found there's all this this bracken which will do to fill in the gaps. Ideal. Aerial view, look, see through it, there you go. Cover all these gaps. And then once you get to a certain point, where I'm at now, just anything will do. Dead bracken, mate. Just use what's around here, so it's a lot less labour intensive. You can lay some sticks and interweave them around just to give it a bit of strength, compact everything. That's good. That is good. Fill this top bit. Where's that little nodule? There's my nodule that says where my head is. That's the main thing, innit? Keeping head dry. I'm happy with that. It is forecast to rain as well, so we'll see how it fares. That'll keep most of it off me, won't it? There you go. Job done. Little bit of agua as a reward. It's like a reward. Like that shelter there has took me no more than an hour. You could probably do it quicker if you just drag big branches and just cover it. It's just a great way to use nature to your advantage. And as the rain starts to fall, so we're going to test it out. And I mean, I've slept under shelters like this before and it looks pretty good. From underneath there's not many holes in it, so it should be pretty dry. Unless I get driving rains coming in this way, which there's nothing you can do about that, you've got to suck it up, but it's not forecast to. Right, now we'll sort the floor out and a little area for my fire. Right, just some more Douglas fir. I'll chop this up and put it down here, and that does two things. It'll make it well, just three things: comfort, insulation and cleanliness around camp. Because this, if you're walking around here and it's raining, which it is now, it'll just get all clarted up and make a right mess, so we're trying to avoid that. And we'll make a floor. There's some big bits, so we only want the thin bits because otherwise it's not very comfy. Strip these with axe, I think. Strip them over here in workshop. We don't want this big clobber in there. Sticks can just go on top of wigwam. Come on, no one gets left behind, lads. I need you. Right, let's keep doing that then. Let's finish off these and get them on the floor. It's quite springy. Oh. Got a little tiny hole there that'll fill up. But the trees are doing the most of the work. That's good. That's good for me. And then I've got this. This is just my nail pad, which come bedtime, I'll go over there like that. That's a perfect little bed. But I'll keep this out because I want to be kneeling and doing a bit of cooking. Also, wool blanket, which will go round me, and it'll also go over my sleeping bag. I'm going to put the fire quite close to me. My sleeping bag's already knackered. It's lost so many feathers. It's lost about 2.5 geese out of it. So the wool blanket will just go over that because wool is fire retardant, so job done. Right, what's a decent, safe area? Can't get the fire under here with me. This is just enough for shelter. But there, I reckon if it's not too big, I don't want to get smoked out. But I also want to be able to lie down and get some warmth off it, so I reckon there. Please, please be good mud. Oh yeah, it's good stuff down there. It's not too mulchy, so we're on to a winner. Digging stick paying for its then. Don't want a labour intensive fire, so we're going to keep it relatively small. What's that? Looks like a bluebell bulb. just collected some dead sticks that were up in the tree. You want to get them from up in the trees if you can. It'll just mean that they're drier and more combustible. I forgot my firelighting kit, but luckily I always have a few little bits strewn about the bag. So this is what we've got to get a fire going. I've got that bit of fat wood from earlier, a couple of bits actually, cramp ball fungus, which hopefully will take a spark. That'll get our ember. And then I've got this, which I picked up the other day. Someone recommended it to me and it's mint. I'll leave a link for it below, check it out if you want. It's a sharpening tool. So you've got your ceramic for your fine honing. You've got this bit here for your heavier work. Then you've got this thing. So you can do your hook knives. This has got a groove in it so you can sharpen your fishing hooks in it as well. It's got a whistle and and most importantly it's got a little fire steel. Knife could do with a bit of a honing actually. Should we give it a hone? There's some bill burrs on that. Not had it sharpened for a while. You shouldn't really be doing this like this. You should do it on a flat surface really. Get rid of them burrs. I've been sidetracked. Nice. And that's just hopefully saved me. This knife hasn't got a fantastic... Oh, look how diddy it is. Small as. I know what's got a good 90 degree on it. We're going to make this work. Fantastic 90 degrees on all your silkies. It ain't working, John. I've just told everyone how good it is and it ain't working, John. Maybe it's just because this coating needs to be taken off. It's not working, John. Oh, there you go. It's just coating needed taking off. Wow. Okay, we're in. Man, this is pretty wet. It's not ideal, but I'm going to give it a go. No, we won't actually. We'll try my way first. Head's going. It's because it's starting to rain and I'm just like, I've got 1,000,001 things rushing through my brain and I've overloaded myself and sometimes it just slows the old, you know, when you have too many things on your computer and it just goes a bit... Do you have a look at what I'm doing? Of course you do, that's why you're here, innit? Oops. Oh, camera's too heavy for shit tripod. Okay, that's good. Some tiny little shavings. Shout out that sharpener, that's why they're coming off so... Proper little curls. Almost like sawdust. You just keep turning, whatever you're doing this, like if you're doing this to get shavings, if you just keep turning it, it'll grab an edge and you'll get yourself a nice little, nice little thin bit. See, that would take a spark, as is. We're only going to have one shot at it, so let's make it a good one. There you go. It only needs one. There she blows. So then I'll just burn this out into a cut. In fact, while it's doing that, I might as well have it in bracken, because if it does start going, I'll stick with it. I doubt it though, it's so wet. In fact, shall I throw a few of these little noogs in? I've changed my tactics, look, but it'll do. Come on. It's not worked. Like my jumper. Shout out the lovely people over at Through Dark for gifting it to me, along with a little jacket as well. I'm just testing them out, but I love them so far. It's 100% wool. It's too wet. I'm gonna pass out. Fucked it. This thing's so small. Not that, I've covered it up. I've got some gaffer tape over it all. And then you pull it instead of giving it all that, you can just pull it, it's easiest. With these little ones especially. Like that. There you go. First time, every time. It's going out. It's going out. It's okay, don't panic. That's the main thing, is don't panic. I've only got one little bit on fire there. Come on. Come on, burn it fingers, don't care though. Okay, we're not out at woods yet. Because if I don't get a decent one on here, when I spill it in there, it's going to just go out. Bracken de Deutsch. On there like a little nest. Hold on, this bracken is shit. It's shit, it's too wet. It's too wet. Let's get on with these twiglets. That'll do, yeah. It's gonna be smoky. Look at all that green bark. It's gonna be a smoker. There you go. That'll do. We're not gonna lose that. That feels good. Yes. Tree beard. Womble breath. A little bit of hard work. I've created a nice little area that should be, I mean, it's not raining, it's forecast to rain now, but it's not raining thankfully now. It might do at night, but for now I'm counting my blessings. You having it? I needed this, mate. Proper nature. I'm using this as a lantern deck. It's the Flextail 5.0. Airbed pumper upper. Whoa, that's bright. Different modes. And a little carabiner on there, so just hanging that off a stick at the back and that'll be all the light I need. I do have a discount code for these, they're amazing. I've been using integrations of these for a long time now, so if you want to get yourself one of these, I'll leave a link below. You can get, I think it's 15 or 20% discount, I'm not sure, but have a look downstairs. Right then, pop it back on its little thing. Let it burn down to coals. I've got myself a nice steak. So what I'll do is use a couple of these logs, either side there. Rat can go over the top. I've got some eggs, but I forgot my pan. I was going to do some fried eggs, steak and asparagus. So what you do is, you can tap a little hole in the bottom. Just keep tapping it same place, there you go. You make a little hole there, nothing comes out. It's just a little air hole. I'll do that with them all. And then we'll just strewn these around the outside and sort of slow cook them. It's not going to look pretty, but it'll be edible. There's eggs. And I've got this ribeye from local butchers. I got him to cut it quite thick. Look at that. That's the eye. Lovely bit of fat there. That can go on. Some green Celt. Ow. Bang my head on the roof of my house. There we go. Can you, there it is. Steak, ribeye steak. Some salted butter on, asparagus and weird eggs. Just a little word of warning, if you are going to do your eggs in fire, be prepared. Even though I did put little holes in, one of them did pop. It made a right noise, shat myself. Oh, that's it, the wind's taking smoke away for a brief moment. I mean, it is perfect for me, that. Look at that. Oh, it's perfect. My mouth's watering. Charred on the outside. Oh, can you? And still pink in the middle. That's bright, isn't it? Why is that so bright? Chill out. That's better, a bit better, isn't it? Mood lighting, can you? Oh, can't be fun. Can't be janked with it. Oh. Ready for this, man. That's naughty. What's the point, mate? You know what asparagus looks like, right? There you go. Whee! Have you ever got one of these mad eggs? Mad egg. Oh, do you know what? That's nice. A smoked egg. The only problem is it's raining now. Oh my word. Just a good ribeye with some butter on it. You can't go wrong. Behold. It's been a while, hasn't it? Look at this. Peak. Northern Monk Citra Lager. Alcohol free, trouble free. I have, let's get a DB on it. Oh, you won't be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to tell that's not booze. That's lovely and cold as well. Crisp. It's raining. I'm nice and dry there. You can see there's no raindrops dropping on my stuff. I did dry January. Well, I started on the 28th and then I've just bled into February. I'm 6 weeks deep. Winter, especially this time of year, February, historically just kicks my shins off. And so I'm just doing everything I can to mitigate that, and one of the things was just to stay off the booze, because it ain't my friend when I'm trying to get shit done. When I'm settled and in a good place, I love a beer and I love a glass of wine, and that'll never change. But while I'm getting shit done, I'm just sticking to non-alcoholics. And I've been out to meet mates in the pub, been to a party, and just stuck to no booze. And I tell you what, it's mint. Waking up the next day just feeling all smug with no hangover is good. It's just as good as getting pissed. And I'll continue it until we've got out of this. Maybe until spring, I think. Because if I can get through winter without the cheese falling off the cracker, it'll be one of the first winters that I've done where I haven't just gone a bit wee. So, yeah. Cheers Northern Monk for sending me this. I think they knew I was doing dry Jan, so they sent me some of this delightful non-alcoholic lager, which is delicious. I'm giving that a 9.2. Oh, it's coming down now. Camera's getting wet, might have to move you. Yeah, Northern Monk, for those that are just new here, I am a big fan of Northern Monk, and I've even been on a few of these cans. And when you're a patron for Northern Monk, you do 7 cans. I've done 6. And we've got one more to do that we're doing this year. My final Northern Monk beer, so we'll make it a good one. Should we make it an alcohol-free one? Full circle. That'd be nuts though, wouldn't it? Going out on a whimper. No, we go out on our shield, don't we? I'm going to stoke this fire up, put all my remaining wood on it, and then retreat and get everything under this shelter. Let's make my bed. Knife off. I'll put that on my shelf because just in case any wombles get any ideas at night, I'll just be quick to skewer them. Using my jacket as a pillar. It's coming down. Here it is. This is it, the test. Sleeping bag is the Rabascent 900, but as I say, I've lost a fog-on leg-on through there because it just split in night in my van. It was absolutely mad. It was mad when I woke up. Didn't know where I was, what had happened. I'd have turned into a werewolf and attacked a chicken, didn't know what was going on. Fully stoked fire. This protects me. Gives me extra warmth and protects me from fire. Protects the old sleeping bag. You're getting soaked. I have to get up and get you anyway. This isn't actually me going to sleep. Just pretending. I'm gonna get up and get you in here because you're starting to piss it down, but I am dry. Dryad saddle. Absolutely wonderful, mate. I've needed it. Just like plug myself out of the matrix and get myself here. where everything just feels a bit more real, a bit more honest, a bit more like, I just feel connected. Nature, man, you can't beat it. So unless something magic or tragic happens, like that falling on me noggin, I shall see thee on the morrow. There's not enough light to be able to see on this yet. The birds are chirping. We've made it through night. And I'll tell you something. It rained. It came down. I don't need to get me light. It's a bit dark in it. Let's get me light. That's a lot of light. The damage report is it started pissing it down at night, and I could feel it was getting on. What was happening? It was getting on this yoga mat thing just on the very outside of it, and sort of coming in. So I scutched up this way a little bit, and I was absolutely fine. There's just like, you see, yeah, just that little wet patch there. Just a couple of drips and a bit on the edge where it's got into the bag a little bit, but that's fine. If this was going to be my shelter, like if I was staying here, if it was zombie apocalypse times, or I had just a little bit more time, there's just a few little holes I would fix up, but it's absolutely dandy. Fire was blazing, but it couldn't handle it. Rain got it. And there was some weird noises, mate. There was some weird noises, and if I was like that way inclined, I could let my mind go off on a wild one. I heard like stomping around, but that's just animals, that's fine. Deer, badger, fox, that's fine. But then I heard like murmurings, like it was, you know, when someone, inaudible chat. And it felt like it was coming from right, like just next to me. And I just, like, I was like half asleep, and I could just hear this, like, just this chatting, this weird, like in tongues. I didn't get up or say anything or put my torch on or out. I was just like, it's too, like, I'm too invested in this sleep. Because every time I was like turning over, I was waking up. It was a very light sleep because I was just in my mind thinking, what if this fails me? I'll get wet. And as is sometimes with these sort of shelters, you're just going to get a light sleep. It's never like a deep, nourishing 8 hours you shut your eyes and then you're back awake. So I was aware of me getting some sleep, so I didn't investigate, but it was either, I don't know, someone in here at 3 o'clock in the morning, poachers maybe, or some sort of mad stuff, but who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Right, I've got lots to do this morning. I've got to go meet a raffle winner in person over near Middlesbrough. Drop off the Alac 2. So I'd better get going. Turn lights off. Yeah, it's getting there. We're getting some. It's getting dawny. Right, let's get up. Tell you what. These things, man. I strewn these in sleeping bag, pockets. Oh, and for some reason they get hotter. The more you leave them near you, the hotter they get. Like, that's hot today, and it is giving my fingers life. And that's Tetley tea bags. Not really. Yorkshire tea. Not really. That is just hand warmers. It's these hot hands. That's what they look like. They'd be good for us. Hold it. Yes, man. They'd be good as well for, like, if you have GPS or your phone, or if you like to take photos or do little videos, you'll know that in winter your batteries just get shot to bits because of the cold. You could put one of these in your camera bag as well, just to keep all your batteries from dying on you. Top tip. Look, what we're going to do, let's square this away. I mean, it doesn't look like an eyesore, does it? It doesn't look el natural, so it has to come down. You can see there, it's got a bit damp, but it hasn't come through. It's still alright. Not too bad at all. Oh, it's a bit wet. It's a bit wet on that side, but it was pissing it down. Nothing I can do about that. It was just persistent rain, found its way in. But if I'd have not had this shelter, I'd have been absolutely, like, there wouldn't be any dry spots on this. It'd be sodden because it was proper lashing it down. So that's successful. Ye old digging stick, giveth and taketh away. I'll just put all this material at the head of this tree. I'm taking it down. Quite well put together, this. Respect. No need to pour water on this. It is well and truly soaked. Everything I took out of it from rock sides. Make it look like I've not been standing all over here. Ye old digging stick has served me well. Thanks for your time. Says later. See yous later. Left how I found it, no trace. Ghost protocol. If I had a bit longer, I would have filled in more of the holes, but as a rudimentary shelter, that just kept me dry. Mainly dry, considering how wet it was. I had a few little wet spots here and there, but nothing major. It was pretty comfortable. I feel a bit tired. I've got a lot to do today, so I couldn't have a lie in. I've got to be up and at it, but I feel refreshed, and I was needing that disconnect from everyday life, from the matrix, if you want to call it that. It makes me sound like some sort of conspiracist, but that's what it is. Right, battery's going. I love you and leave you. Take care of yourselves. Oh, no, Elon Musk. Namaste, stay out of trouble. Bye for now.